What's blooming in the garden? Pansies have been blooming all winter. Still blooming. They stopped when it froze really hard in the snow. They came back about a week ago. Snow melted. Temperatures now in the 40s and 50s. Pansies. Violets also have been blooming most of the winter. So these are in the gazebo boxes. We didn't get a full fill in this year. Notice those kind of half empty. We're going to work on that for next year. Hellebores. They've been blooming since January. Continue to bloom. I don't recall the exact variety for this. I will look it up and post it. This came from Juniper Level Gardens in North Carolina. More hellebores also been blooming since mid-January. And you can see we have new shoots coming in on that one also. These are the end of the elderberry, which you have not yet seen. The elderberry is not quite coming in yet, just starting to put off its bluest shoots. The crocuses came in 2 weeks ago. It's popping up. They got buried by the snow and did not quite come up through the snow. A foot of snow on top of them was a little more than they could handle, but they're good companions out. There's supposed to be more than these. They have not all bloomed. I think you see another variety that will bloom in March. A bunch of these little ones. Not quite sure if those are white. I need to look at the map of the garden and see where those came in. There's supposed to be more than one here. Those two were not expected to be where they are. We start to see the daffodils come through various pieces, and then the highlight of February has been these snowdrops coming in piece by piece over top of the dandelions. We'll take the snowdrops from the other angle also. Iris, dog, on the other side of the fence, just starting to bloom. A rather large Daphne with petite pink blossoms. They'll open up first, second week of March, and then go for as long as they feel like it. A bright red bloom in the tulip garden. Does not belong here. Hey, take the toy. Take the toy. Go get it. Yes. Hydrangea, as you might expect, a bundle of sticks with a couple of latent blossoms from last year that may go. We're starting to get early leafing in the back. It's just we overclipped this last year. We chose to leave it long, try some early blossoms this year, and then bring it into a permanent shape and size that we wanted in. This Daphne got waterlogged. I'm going to try to revive it this year. We got tons of life and buds on the ends. Notice that we flipped the pot base on it to give it better drainage. Hooker, pink. Massive weeds back there last year. Trying to kill those off. Trying to kill these off. This will be a mix of various bulbs. I'm trying to remember what we actually put in here. I'll have to look at the list and see. I think this is a variety of hyacinths, but I can't remember the colors on it. If I labeled it right last year, this should be Columbine, local native, biennial, so expecting April to early May. We will check in on that and see. Could be wrong. Of course, this is beautiful moss. Ferns, hacked to the base. Do we have any sign of life in the ferns yet? Not yet. Be a while before we get some fiddleheads on these. Complete shade on the north side of the house, behind a gate, behind some trees. So, dead shade. Dead shade. Dead shade. These needed to go, if nothing else, because of the ivy. We have another weed. Not sure what kind of weed it is. We give it a chance to blossom. We have the ever-blooming dogpile. Lily of the Valley. Crocosmia is starting to peek through. It's not grass. This is where the large climbing rosebush originated. It was spread throughout this space on the north side. Dug it out, nursed it in the back garden for a year, transplanted it to the front gate, or front fence last year, and this will be its first full year in current position. Looks like a tulip. Looks like a tulip. Looks like a tulip. A lot of work in this area. Thought we had lifted all the tulips. Apparently spread some of them around when moving this rock into place. Bernera, lungwort, more Bernera, and throughout we have rampant dandelion. What do I have? Ooh, another free crocus that I was not expecting. I need to label this, lift it, and move it. Or label it and leave it in place. We have, appears to be a free tulip behind it also. This entire space is hostas. So it might be a decent place to leave the crocus underneath it. Be a good intermix that I hadn't thought of yet. Okay. Give that a whirl. This is a type of iris that I don't know the name of that should come in. It's almost evergreen in the winter here, apparently. Should come in April or May. We'll get another look at that. And then bellflowers, Iphyon coming through, starflowers. Ooh, it looks like you will not be able to see it on here. We're starting to get the first shoots of the Bloodroot coming through. Segment area. That's the first trial. Never done it here. Brand new plant. Things that people don't tend to think of as blooming flowers are large shrubs that winter bloom. This is a native non-variegated Pieris. Just about every part of this plant is poisonous to dogs. It's a miracle that Orion survives the winter. And just about every part of this plant is dropping something every part of the year. So you see, for example, these seed pods that are second year seed pods will start splitting and falling. Pollen falls from this in the winter. Pollen falls from this now. This will bloomed all through February, all through the winter. The large specimen plant that was here when we moved into the home. As you can see, the large canopy on it. More modern varieties will have their white mottled variegation on the leaves, and several of them have colored the new twigs, like this one here would be colored and pink when they come in, so for color interest. I like it for the white, I like it for the winter interest. It's up against, again, mature rhododendrons, which will be a while before they bloom, and mature, oversized, super pink camellias. Everything in this garden was pink when we moved in. These are lavender to pink, and so this was the only non-pink interest in the yard was the white pieris. Amy doesn't like it, but we're compromising for now. Stay tuned for the next video where we complete the raised bed construction and scare the fur off the dog with the air compressor.